So hello everyone, my name is Pritam Paul and welcome to another video. And in this video, we are going to start the chapter 5, which is control statements. Now, in this chapter, what we are going to discuss, I am just going to introduce all those topics to you. And after that, we will start one by one. And I don't think that the whole chapter will be covered by this single video. It is going to be very large. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make several topics in different videos. So this is the part one you can consider. Okay. So now what are control statements? Now, when you will be solving real life problems, you will face a lot of situations where you need to choose something among a lot of choices. You need to choose something between two things. You need to do one kind of work in several times, like for example printing anyone's name 1,000 times. So this thing, you won't be writing 1,000 lines of codes, no? Printf Pritam Paul or printf your name. Okay, so you won't be writing all those things 1,000 times, isn't it? So we have to do something so that we could print that line 1,000 times. So in that situations we need to do something. We might be jumping from one section to another section in the whole code. We might be skipping any part. We might be doing a lot of things. Yeah, skipping or jumping, something like that. So by all these situations, okay, all the situations will be covered by few statements. Okay, so these are the statements by which you can control the whole program, and that's why they are called control statements, isn't it? Now let's just see. Like control statements is of three parts, like selection statement, iterative statement, and jump statement. In the selection statement, it is there are two selection statements, which is if else and switch. In case of iterative, it's for loop, while loop, and do while loop, and in case of jump, it's go to, continue, and break. And we are going to learn all of them. Okay, in this video we are going to talk about these two only. Okay, if else statement and switch case, and in the next video we will talk about the loops. Okay, so let's just jump to the if else statement. So first of all, let me talk about if else statement. Okay, so what will happen in if else statement? Means how we will be using, where we would be using. For example, you have two elective, okay, in your final year, okay, in your 8th semester or your 7th semester, okay, you will have to choose some elective subjects. So you have subject A, you have subject B. So you need to choose. Okay, so how would you choose? You would be setting some parameters. Okay, so if this subject is taken by this professor, if this subject is taken by that professor, if this subject is either relevant or not in my career, you will be thinking like that. Now, so you'll be setting up some parameters. For example, let me give another practical example, that when you will be choosing your life partner or girlfriend or boyfriend, or you will be choosing any bike or cycle or car. So obviously you will be having some conditions, some specifications you will be preferring, isn't it? So by some conditions, you would be choosing that one. So here also using if else statement, we would be trying to understand that. Means, like for example, if I write if any kind of condition, okay, then we would be doing something. Okay, if the condition is not satisfying, then obviously we would be heading to the else part. Okay, so you would be writing some codes here. In this way, let's just move forward and try to understand. So this is called a basic if statement. It's called a basic if statement. Now here it could be an expression, or it could be a condition, anything. It could be an expression or it could be a condition. Actually, expression could be many types. Conditional statement, it would be there. Some Boolean statement, some logical statement, some arithmetic statement, anything could be there. Any kind of expression could be there. And if this condition, okay, is returning, if this expression or this condition returning any true value. Now, what is true value? True value means, okay, except zero, everything is true value. Okay, except zero, everything is true value. Any kind of value, positive value, negative value, it doesn't matter. So if it is a true value, then these statements would be executed. these statements. And why I have written like this, for example, um, why I have written like this parenthesis here, these are called actually block of statements. Many statements, okay, when you would be writing many statements together, they are called the block of statements. Just for an example, if I give an example, for example, if you write integer n, okay, and if you have some input, okay, and then if you check if n equal 10, you have to check either it is 10 or not. Then obviously if it is 10, then you would be writing like this, printf, for example, yes. Okay, now if n equal 10, this is a relational expression, isn't it? So if n is 10, then n equal 10 will return obviously 1. We all know now, will return 1. Then obviously this printf, this yes would be printed out. If it is not 10, then obviously it would be returning 0, which is a false value. Then it is going to, it is not going to print this line, and the cursor will move forward. Clear? Okay. Now, the thing is, for example, let me show some example in VS Code, and let me make you understand that exactly how the things are. For example, if I write hash include stdio.h integer main, okay. Now, if you write integer n equal to 10, for not n equal to 10, for example, directly if I write if 10, okay, then printf yes, okay, and then return 0. Now, if I just run it, yeah, you can see that yes has been printed out. Now, if I use 0, then you could see that nothing would be printed out. Yeah, and nothing has been printed out. Yeah? Now, if I write, for example, integer a equal to 10, b equal to minus 10, okay, and if I write a plus b, and then if I print, then you can see that nothing has been printed out because a plus b would be 0. But if I write a minus b, that means a minus b means 10 minus minus 10, which is 20, which is a true value. Then obviously yes has been printed out. Now if I write a asterisk b, okay, so here you can see that yes has been printed out because 10 into minus 10 is minus 100, which is a true value. Yeah, in why minus is also true value, if you don't remember, then go to the operator video, and at that video I have shown you guys that how negative numbers has been implemented in our memory, isn't it? So there also you could have seen that, you might have seen that what happened, that in the negative number, the most significant digit of a binary negative number in the binary format would be 1. So obviously it's not 0, it's not logically 0, isn't it? Common sense, it's not logically 0. And that's why it is going to printing the yes. Yeah, this statement is going to be executed. Clear? So this is about the if statement. Yeah. Now let's talk about the ifelse statement. Now how these things are happening, you need to understand. Yeah. So here what will happen, that if this expression is going to be is going to be true, okay, then this block of statement would be executed. If this is false, okay, if this is false, then what will happen, the cursor will come to here, and this block of statements, which is inside the else part, will be executed. And if this is true, then these statements would be executed. Clear? So here you can see, here it is false, and if it is yeah, if it is true, isn't it? If it is true, this part would be executed. If it is false, then this part would be executed. That's the basic thing. Yeah. Now let's get some example on VS Code. For example, let's try to, yeah, this would be correct. Then if any number is even or odd, for example, integer a, then if I write printf, enter any number, yeah, and now scanf %d, ampersand a, yeah. Now, when a number would be even or odd, obviously, when we would be dividing by 2, and if we have any remainder 1, then obviously it is an odd number. And if the remainder is 0, then it would be a even number. Okay. So, if a modulus 2, obviously, equal 0, sorry, 1, then printf odd. Okay, so now here I am not putting any bracket like that in VS Code. Yeah, because there is only single line statement. But I would, sorry, I would recommend you guys to use a curly brace, okay, while coding in VS Code. Yeah. Now, in the else part, obviously I would be writing like printf, which is even. Clear? So here you can see that if a modulus 2 equal 1, then printing odd, and else printing even. Okay. Now let's run it. Enter a number 15, odd. Yeah, if I write 16, then even. If I write 0, then obviously even. So here in this way, we have seen the example of if else statement also. There could be many problems, and I will be giving a sheet. Okay, in the description there will be a sheet where you can solve a lot of problems on if else statement. Okay, I will be giving some problems, and you have to do those assignments as well. So that, and we would be discussing if you have any problem. The sheet also will be in the Telegram channel. If you haven't subscribed it, then do subscribe. And in the forums, in the Telegram group also, there will be a discussion group where you can discuss, you can ask anything to me, and directly I can answer them as well. So definitely do hit the subscribe button there, do join the channel. Okay, now for now there are two here there are two, only two processes, like two ways. If anything is, for example, so here you are coming, and there are only two options. Okay, but in some cases there could be more than two options. For example, if I tell you to check either any number is positive or negative or zero, there could be three options here. Now, there could be three options. Now, how you would do that kind of problem using this if else statement? Obviously, you can do, but there are many other processes like else if ladder. So, we would be talking about that. What is else if ladder? So, here in else if ladder, if this if statement, this if statement is going to be executed, then obviously it is true. But if it is not, then else part would be here, and else if matlab, when if is not true, then it would be coming to this else part, and after that we would be checking another condition. If it is not true, then we'll be checking another condition. If it is not true, we will be checking another conditions, and infinite times of else if statements we can add in our program. And if nothing works, okay, then obviously there would be another else part. Okay, and in this way you can easily you can easily solve the problem using else if ladder. Like, for example, let me show you an example. For example, here, so if a is greater than 0, obviously printf greater than 0. Okay, now else if a less than 0, then obviously printf less than 0. Else obviously printf equal equals to 0. That's it. Okay, now let's check. So here it is 5, obviously greater than 0. Here it is -5, less than 0. Here it is 0, then obviously equals to 0. So in this way, you can implement different problems. Okay, you can implement different syntaxes of if else statements in different problems. Now there is another one. Okay, now before going to that, I need to discuss one thing more. For example, if it is like integer a comma b. Okay, and we have to take some input like, and two numbers, person B, person B. comma ampersand 3 comma ampersand b. Now, if a less than, sorry, a greater than b, okay. So you can see a greater than b, then obviously print percent d is greater than percent d, comma a, comma b. Okay. Now, else printf percent d is then percent b, comma a. Yeah. Now, 1 second. Yeah. So 1 second. Yeah. 5 and 10. So you can see that 10 is greater than 5. So when you have to decide that means which is the biggest number among two numbers, you can use if else statement very easily. You can see. Now when it comes to three variable like ABC, now how you will be trying to find out that what is the largest one or what is the smallest one. So that kind of problem could be done by many ways, but I will show you a good way using nested if else statement. Now, what is nested if else statement? You need to know this. So here you can see that first of all, yeah. In case of nested if else statement, what is happening actually? Nest means what? Means घर के अंदर घर के अंदर घर. That means if else के अंदर if else के अंदर if else. ऐसा कुछ होता है. Now you would be having a lot of if else statements under various if else statements. Like for example, here this is an if statement and the else part is here. So under this if there are another if else statement. Okay, here you can see another if else statement. Under this else also you can see another if else statement. Like here this is the if part, this is the else part. Under this else part also this is if part and another else part. So you can see that multiple if else statements under multiple if else statements. For example, under one if else statement there could be many multiple if else statements. That is called nesting actually. So nested if else statement it is called actually. Okay, so we will be using. Now what would be the logic? Okay, so let's consider here it is integer a equal to 10, b equal to 20 and c equal to 30. Now for example these are the marks actually, for example. Okay, and this is person 1, this is person 2 and this is person 3. Now this person needs to check either he is greater than or not. So he has come to b, a has come to b, and it checks that a is greater than b or not. Okay, if it is true then it's okay, but as it is not true, then we have to check that either b is greater than c or not, because a greater than b is false, then obviously b is greater than a. Then b has to check to see that either which one is greater. So we'll be checking b greater than c or not. If this is true, then obviously b is greater. As it is false, then obviously the result would be c. Now let's twist the examples. Like for example, a equal to 30, b equal to 20 and c equal to 10. Now let's come to this scenario. A is greater than b is satisfied. Then obviously we will be checking either a is greater than c or not. If it is greater than, then a is the result. If it is not greater than, then c is the result. For example, if I take another example, like here 20, here 10, here it is 30. Now a is greater than b is satisfying. Then we will be checking that a is greater than c or not. 2 is greater than, means 20 is greater than 30 or not. Obviously not. As it is not, then c is the answer. Okay, so in this way here it would be b. Yeah, so for example, another example, let me take, yeah, it would be 10, then 30 and then 20, for example. Now 10 is greater than 30. Is it false? Obviously it is come to here, it will be coming to here. Then b and c would be comparing, and if as the b is greater than, b is the answer. So all the combinations I have shown you guys, and this is the logic actually. Okay, let's try to implement it. Okay, so how the things will going to happen. So for example, here it is a, b and c. Enter three numbers, and here it would be So here you can see that if A is greater than B, then obviously we are checking A is greater than C or not. If it is true, then obviously A. Yeah. If it is not, then C. In case of here, B is greater than C. Either it is, if it is true, then obviously B, and if it is false, then obviously C. So let's just check it out. For example, enter three number 1, 2, 3. 3 is greatest. Then 2, 1, 3. And 3 is greatest. 2, 3, 1. So 3 is greatest. Then 3, 2, 1. So obviously 3 is greatest. Then it is 3, 1, 2. So obviously 3 is greatest. In all the parameters, all the input types, you can see that the program is working. So in this way, we can use this nested if else statement. If I write 1 second, if I write like this, then it will be here. And if I write like this, okay, writing here, then you can use multiple means infinite times of nested if else statements. Okay, that's not a big deal. There is nothing like boundaries and all. That's completely fine. So you can write like this as well. Okay, you can see if the else, and under this if another if else, under this else, then another if else is there. Okay, so in this way, and also here also there could be else if later. You can add anything, just simply you can add anything. So this is all about if else statement. Okay, if you haven't understood, then I would really recommend you to watch this video again. Yeah, from the beginning. So I would be sharing some problems, okay, by a sheet in my Telegram channel. Also, it will be in the description. The link is in the description. Also, do join there. I regularly update all the things about my channel there. So obviously, you will have a lot of updates there. So don't worry. Subscribe the channel is free. The Telegram channel. And yeah, now let's talk about the switch case. So here in this if else statement, what you have seen that you have seen multiple like 2 or 3 cases. Okay, 2 or 3 cases only, or maximum 4 cases, and we have done all those things by if else statement. But for example, there could be 12 cases, 25 cases, 100 cases. Then what will you do? You won't be writing the if else statement and nested if else statements again and again and again and again. It would be very messy, isn't it? So to avoid that kind of situation, we are using the switch case statement. Okay, now I won't be writing it. I would be giving an example on VS Code so that you could have a proper idea. Okay, the program would be like you have to enter any number. Okay, and you have to print the corresponding month. Okay, so enter month number. Yeah, enter the month number, percentage comma ampersand month number. Okay, now you have to write like this: switch. Okay, so by default VS Code is switch month number, and after that you have to write case 1. Okay, then case 2, in this way. Okay, so here you would be writing 3, 4. There would be a default case also. So what do you have to do that? We have to write. Okay, right. January. अगर भाई spelling mistake हो जाए तो माफ कर देना. There would be a break statement, and we have to so in case 1, the January, and then break statement. Break means what? Break means the cursor will come out from this loop. Okay, from this switch case, this part, okay, this whole part, it will be coming out from that. And after that, you can see here, there is a return zero statement. That statement would be executed. And there is a default statement here. If any cases doesn't match, then obviously the default case would be executed. For example, the month number, obviously. So when you would be entering a number, like for example, if you put 2, then it would be checking here. From here, it would be checking one by one. This thing is important. It will be checking with this case 1. As I have given an integer value here, okay, it would be searching an integer value here after the case part. It would be checking either they are matching or not. Okay, so let's just run it. When it would be having the matching, then the statements would be executed. Here I have written only one statement, which is a printf line, but you could add many more lines. Okay, that's not a big deal. You can add many lines. You can add 1,000 lines. It doesn't matter. Let's just run and check. Enter a month number 15. Okay, 1 second. Here 15. So invalid input. If I put 12, then you can see December. If I put 5, then it will May. Okay, 7 is July, isn't it? So in this way, we can see that directly. So when instead of switch case, if you would be using if else, then you have to write many if else statements, isn't it? So that's why we have written, we will be using switch case when there are multiple, means many cases. There are cases, conditions are there. We would be using switch case. Now, for example, if I put some, if I remove all, 1 second, if I remove all the break lines, now what will happen? That's the important thing we need to understand. Okay, let's save it and run it. If I press 1, so you can see every month is getting printed out. For example, 1 second. Just let me. By the way, how can I using multiple cursors? So this is all about Alt button. You have to press the Alt button in your keyboard, and after that, you have to just move around your mouse, and you have to go that place and click here. Just a left click, nothing else. So I'm writing a \n. So yeah. Yeah. So \n. I have put another place, and now let's run it. So if I put 1, so you can see that as I have removed the break statements, okay, everything, nothing has been, the cursor has not broken the bracket, and it has not come out. So every printf line has been executed. Okay, that's why January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, and everything has been printed out. Now, if I put, for example, 6 here, so you can see that it has started from June. So what is getting, what you could understand from here. So after pressing the 6, the cursor has directly come to here, and after that, rest of the statements has been executed. Okay, so in this way, switch case actually works. And this is the thing. Yeah, this is the basic examples of switch case and if else. I hope you are understanding, and if you haven't understood anything, let me know in the comment section. I will try to make it more easier way. And yeah, subscribe the Telegram channel for sure, because every update would be coming into that channel. So definitely do stick with it. Okay, so in the description, I am telling again and again, I would be giving many problems. Okay, and in the next video, we will try to solve them. We will try to analyze them. You could that could be like a doubt clearing video. You can see. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. This much for today, and see you on the next video.